together with us Sigvard Krongård from the company Casprin. He's the co-founder of the company, and they're situated in Latvia and in the UK. And today we're going to have the interview of the company on completing the experiment 3D print cast. Hello, Sigvard. Can you tell us some words on which area and which business your company is operating?
Yeah, hi, Lucas. So Casprint, as it's in the name, so we operate in the health sector. More precisely, so where additive manufacturing comes in, is that we print 3D printed casts for immobilization of injured limbs. So fractured arms and fractured legs. So this is what we do.
Nice. Can you please explain in more detail the product idea that you have developed within Armabull?
Yeah, so when we reached out to AMable, so we were already working for more than almost 4 years. We have come to a conclusion, so comparing with traditional existing technologies, Casper, so it's much more lighter, ventilating, it allows waterproof and so on. But the challenge was, particularly for the foot or cast prints, was the durability. Because it's plastic, it needs to go certain strength, pressures, and so on, comparing, let's say, for wrists. So this is basically with the challenge we experienced before AMable, and this is where we reached out to AMable to actually help us to achieve the next level.
Nice. And what are the actual challenges that you expected to have at the beginning of the project, and how did it actually turn out to be? What were the actual challenges during the course of the experiment?
So first and foremost, we are more of a technical and less mechanical team, so to speak, and more clinical. So naturally, what we experienced was that we didn't have the necessary knowledge previously in terms of how to properly experiment with digital tools and simulations, so that actually how to test cast strength, durability, and that sort of stuff. And we were thinking that this will be one of the challenges. And luckily, thanks to our lovely help of the teachers, so what we actually, during the project, we not just actually came to an actually significantly improved cast itself with the design, but more importantly, actually, what we understood is how to design this process. So what steps should be introduced in order to create additional products in the future? So meaning that you start with the simulation, then you actually reiterate the design, then you actually do a physical test, do a strength test, and so forth and so on. So this was actually the most important thing that we have learned during the project.
Nice. And which Armabull services did you choose to have within your experiment, and why?
Yeah, so we used the simulation service. And why we chose it, because as I previously mentioned, so we didn't have the necessary tools. We didn't know, actually didn't have the software. We didn't know which software to use, to be honest.
Excellent. And what are your expectations about the market entry? When will it be available in the market?
Well, to be honest, I was hoping it would be a couple of months ago, to be honest. But so in reality, naturally, we see that because of restriction in terms of COVID and everything else, we hope that it will be introduced in the next upcoming 6 months. That's conservatively speaking, but maybe even for faster, because as I mentioned, so the tools that we learned during this project is actually can help us speed up the process much more faster. So hopefully by the summer months, people will have significantly improved cast and foot casts.
Okay. Do you have any plans for other additive manufacturing product as well within your business?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because we are working very, in addition, closely with the healthcare community and doctors, is that, for example, we see that the problem is much more bigger. So I mean, not just fractures, right? So more importantly, for example, after stroke patients. So in terms of more long-term rehabilitation, like orthosis, like night splints, that sort of stuff.
Okay. And just a last question. How has your overall experience within the Armabull experiment been like?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, first and foremost, the speed. It was sometimes even faster than we expected. So it was very good that actually there were no actually significant delays in terms of the deadlines. So everything was done accordingly. And Personally, so when we talk about with other, let's say, 3D printing companies in the region, we actually recommend Armabull because the experience we had is very good, and definitely we would recommend anyone who is in the 3D printing space to actually apply to this.
That's very nice to hear that, and I must admit that it was a pleasure working with you as well in this really challenging project, and I really enjoyed it as well.
Thank you.